What if everyone stopped tipping? Would it force business to actually pay their employees?
If you live alone, there are probably many days when you don't say a single word all day.
Duolingo should have an "I'm going on holiday to this place very soon" setting so it teaches you "Can I have the bill?" and so on instead of "The cow boils an egg."
Once shot, a bullet will travel at 1 mile per hour for a very brief amount of time, twice.
If the biggest loser in the world went to a competition of losers, will he come first or last?
I've heard of kids making their parents proud, but never heard of parents making their kids proud.
There is an entire generation that doesn't know the fear of leaving the TV on at bedtime and waking up to a blaring alarm at 3 a.m. to test the emergency broadcast system and thinking that this is finally it.
Metal spoons feel pretty solid and firm until you're using it to scoop ice cream out of a carton.
An old teacher not remembering you is probably the best compliment you can get from them.
The biggest hint that the Karate Kid is set in the 80s is when Daniel's mom asks Ollie if she can drive stick. If it was set in the 70s or earlier, she would have assumed that she could. If it was set in the 90s or later, she would have assumed that she couldn't.
In apocalyptic world, the animal shops and the zoos are the saddest. They all die of either dehydration or starvation eventually.
There is an industry that makes money from you at any point of your life.
Individual Olympic completions should feature an average Joe for comparison, so regular people can have more appreciation for the efforts athletes put in.
Human females are born with their lifetime supply of egg cells already formed. Meaning a woman giving birth to a girl is also giving birth to the eggs that will become her grandchildren.
Humans are more wary of random strangers despite statistically most assault is perpetrated by somebody the victim knows.
Isn't it wild how being known by over 1 million people for something small is no big deal now? I remember when people would do crazy stuff just to get a glimpse of themselves on the news.
Throwing something far, hard, and accurate is a unique human evolutionary skill that was essential to human survival and civilization advancement for thousands of years. Today it's only used almost exclusively in athletic events.
Some of the people who love you the most would also be the ones who hate you the most if you gave them a reason to.
Throughout history, there will have been people in hospital who legitimately fell on it, but nobody believed.
Now for a quick break. Stay tuned for more shower thoughts. Smith using a freed individual to enter the real world. Along with the one being blinded, but still able to see and stop machines with his mind in the real world suggests the real world is still the Matrix.
Food waste doesn't really exist. It always gets eaten, just not by an organism that we care about.
What is considered common sense is influenced by a person's upbringing, culture, and environment. There is no truly universal common sense.
Out of everywhere in a house, a burning fireplace is probably the place with the least bacteria.
The only American doctors who have price transparency are plastic surgeons.
If they made a fourth Austin Powers film now, Michael Caine, who is 90 years old, would be too young to portray Nigel Powers.
Coffins probably don't come with a lifetime guarantee.
Business CEOs and publicly traded corporations should not make more than the combined income of their workforce.
We still use pennies in prices, but rarely use pennies in coins.
I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. Looking for the perfect Father's Day gift? Check out the official Daily Dad Jokes podcast electronic button, now available on Amazon. A massive 500 preloaded dad jokes guaranteed to make you laugh and groan. Check the show notes page for the link. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.